thought viruses passed down through generations from family systems, but these cultural thought viruses that are passed down through history, through time. If you look at somebody like Oprah Winfrey, she was born into poverty in rural Mississippi to a teenage single mother, was later raised in an inner city Milwaukee neighborhood, molested during her childhood and early teenage years. She became pregnant at 14. Her son was born prematurely, died in infancy. If you saw her at 14, you'd go, okay, there's another one down the drain. Looking at the things that she said and written, I don't know if there was any particular moment of awakening, but obviously something shifted because she did not go down this path of her family system, the path that would be expected culturally, especially by her gender, her racial background, her upbringing, etc. Everything was, would be against where she ended up. But so how did she end up where she did? As it says here, she was fired from her first broadcasting job because she was told that she wasn't fit for TV. We'll see. So what happens there? What do you do? Now, we'll go into some of the inner game aspect of this in just a moment. So she, instead of trying to be a journalist, she took over this third-rate talk show, kind of funky little talk show. It was the one thing that she could get a job doing. And she writes that from the moment that she did that, she'd always felt, and I think maybe some good advice to some of us who are looking for those places of our calling, our passion, etc. Said that she was trying to be a journalist and it was always so difficult. It was always stressful. And the first day she did this talk show, she realized when she finished, she felt energized. And it was through there that she could actually be herself. And we'll see how this unfolds here. But so it was through her being her, right? Not being the person born to a single mother in rural Mississippi, not her history, not the cultural expectation, but it was her being her. And if anybody who's ever seen her or listened to her, I was not a big talk show fan, but the one thing that was always obviously to me when I saw Oprah as opposed to somebody else is that forget it, that she's this or that background, she's her, right? That's Oprah. So she's her in charge of her own destiny. So she had success there. She launched her own production company, becoming a millionaire by age 32, first Black woman billionaire in history. And as of a couple of years ago, she had a net worth of $3.5 billion, probably more than that now. But in addition to her financial success, she won 18 Emmy Awards, a Tony Award. She's also been given a number of humanitarian awards for her philanthropic work and was presented with the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Now that is an interesting trajectory. How do you start where she started and get where she got?